So I started the sleeve, then I would jump back to the other arm, get something done, then back to the sleeve.
That's what it makes. See, like when I grew up in this, like that was what a sleeve was.
Yeah.
It was just you got tattooed by a bunch of different people. It was like a patchwork quilt. And eventually, you filled it in with some shading or whatever. But it was like all your different ideas and mistakes and things you had.
They're part of the Illuminati, and they made a deal with Satan. Because if that was the case, I'd be rich.
I always feel like there's always that. Like there's a secret organization that's doing the thing, and I'm like, it's not. Nothing secret about it.
Yeah.
I have money and you don't.
Yeah. I like tiny, petite dudes. Strongman is not full of those.
So you...
Like the guys I like the same, like my partner watches Strongman for the complete opposite reason that I watch Strongman.
You don't want to be manhandled, you want to handle the man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hello, and welcome to yet another episode of Who the F is Rob White? I am Rob White, the tattoo artist on the show where I tattoo and hang out with stand-up comics. My guest on the show today is Mr. Peter Angelo.
Hello, I'm the stand-up comic who's being tattooed today. And good to be here. I'm excited.
It's going to be a fun time, and we'll get to know each other and such.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the first couple of lines are always like, weird and...
That's always is every new tattoo. I'm like, I forgot.
Always in this too, 'cause it's always like quiet and strange for the first like, I don't know, 15 minutes of the show, and then all of a sudden it's like goes from there.
Although now I know I'm on camera, so I can't look like a bitch and flinch at all.
Yeah. Oh man, when I got tattooed, that was exactly the problem. I was thinking the entire time, I'm like, you know what you do to people. Now you're getting tattooed on camera. Don't look like that, you know? Don't look like that guy, Rob.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
And everybody kind of always does, you know, no matter what.
Everyone, I always have the people tell me they didn't react at all when they got tattooed. You ever know those people who say that?
Oh, and they said that they like it too. I love it, bro.
Like,
they're always those guys that fall the hardest too. They're always the jockey bro guys. Yeah. Like I used to enjoy when I was younger. I don't do it anymore. Trying to make those guys pass out, you know, because you do certain things.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I fucking love the pain. Ugh.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't.
Dude, like, it doesn't hurt. I'm like, yeah, it does. Stop lying.
And then next thing you know, they're on the floor, like asking their girlfriend what happened.
Where am I?
You know, it's an amazing, fun sport.
It hurts. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, no, it definitely always hurts, and but it's worth it in the long run, you know.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely.
You're yet another person on the show who seemingly has more tattoos than I do.
Yeah,
which,
part of that club.
Which is kind of cool. It's kind of neat like that. I feel like tattooing and stand-up comedy is crazy now. There's so many tattoo artists that are. There's so many stand-up comics now that are just like coated in tattoos. Where when I did this in my 20s, you know, or in the early 2000s, I don't remember anyone having any tattoos.
Yeah.
You know.
I feel like there's definitely like the majority have tattoos, but then there is like you hit a certain point and you're like, all right, most people don't have this many.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's like everybody's got a couple.
So it's kind of it's cool to sort of be in a group that has like an overabundance of them.
Oh yeah. Oh, it makes it interesting and cool. Now, what made you get into? I guess it's kind of going backwards, but like, what made you get into getting tattoos? Like.
God, that's a great thing. With my family didn't really have that many. Besides, like my grandfather in World War II had.
What did he have? That's even cool.
Well, he had like some of the stuff he got on the Navy ships. Like he got one of the ships that he was on. I believe he got on his leg. He got his couple of cherries, and it said, "Here are my cherries. Where are yours?" or something like that.
Where did he get tattooed?
I have no freaking idea.
What theater was he in? What
So he was in the Pacific.
So he was in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Yeah. He was on an aircraft carrier that basically got like sent out in front of the fleet to try and lure Japanese bombers to them to try and like figure out where the rest of the Japanese fleet, but they never fell for it.
Oh yeah, no, he's got probably a big name tattoo. He probably got like a Sailor Jerry.
Yeah, probably. I never really asked him much about it. I don't think he wasn't a huge fan of his own tattoos. I think maybe that's why his sons never really got them. Like two of my uncles had a couple, you know, old biker-esque tattoos, snake and dagger kind of stuff like that.
That's the stuff that I'm a nerd for tattoos.
For sure.
I think that's the coolest.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I never really asked, but my dad never had any, so that wasn't super prevalent. I don't know if it was like me getting into heavy metal.
Oh, yeah.
Probably was like, started making me more interested in them. Because I was like, when I'm 18, I was like, when I'm 18, I want to get one. And then I got my first one around 19 when I finally had the money for it.
What was the first?
I got like this I wanted like an evil angel looking thing.
Okay.
And then this artist kind of drew anime style, and I liked it. It's obviously faded. I want to get it touched up. So like that was my first one. But then ever since that one, I was just like, I literally started my sleeve before like having a concrete idea of everything I wanted. So I started the sleeve, then I would jump back to the other arm, get thing done, then back to the sleeve.
That's what it makes. See, like when I grew up in this, like that was what a sleeve was.
Yeah.
It was just you got tattooed by a bunch of different people. It was like a patchwork quilt. And eventually you filled it in with some shading or whatever, but it was like all your different ideas and mistakes and things you had since you were a kid.
Yeah, it was like one artist who started it, like disappeared. I went to another artist, I didn't really like what he was doing, then I went to the third artist to kind of finish it up and sort of save it for me.
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
But it's got a story to it.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, basically I started like from 19 years old to 33. 34, I was working on it. And I can still have spots in it that I could add to it.
That's kind of cool, though. I like that kind of stuff. That's what tattooing is supposed to be, a collection of just all your ideas and things.
Yeah.
And you're still a metal guy, so it's not like you grew out of it and became...
No, yeah, 100%. Yeah, exactly. It's not like... that was... And my mother was, when I was younger, she's like, you're going to regret it, you're going to regret it. And she was like, I had a friend who got one and he regretted it. And I was like, what did he get? And she's like, a butterfly. And I was like, that's why I regretted it.
I would get a butterfly.
I know, but at the time I was like 19 and I was like, that's gay. Funny enough.
Like the most regrettable tattoo.
Yeah.
That's gay.
But like I was like, yeah, fuck it. That's why it's regrettable. It sounds lame.
Remember what tattoos, like, yeah, as simple as that would make you gay for just getting a tattoo. Just getting a tattoo. You got the wrong piercing in your ear, and that's it.
That was always the funniest thing. That was the 90s, right? That was kind of popular.
80s,
2000s, yeah.
Do you remember, like, Elton John had both ears pierced, and I was like, well, what does that say?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, well, that's because he was originally straight, and then he changed his mind. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he was always...
Yeah, he realized it was easier being gay.
He's like, you know what?
I get laid so much easier.
He was like, step back, honky cat. I think I'm gay. That's it.
I want to wear big glasses and pink.
Oh, he wore ridiculous ass glasses. Probably because he was coked out of his mind.
That's true too. Yeah.
Elton John, that guy. Yeah, so then you got your first tattoo, and you went downhill after that.
Oh, totally downhill. The other thing too is like you start getting more, and obviously people are like, oh, jobs. It's all like I don't see myself in a fucking corporate office ever. Just not that college wasn't really for me.
Well, you have like. How many jobs are you up to? You said like 5 different. Like
I've had a lot.
Driving.
Well, okay, so like it started off. It's like when I was younger, it was like, delivering pizzas. Then I just got jobs here and there doing whatever I could. Then I worked for an ambulance company for like 6 years driving like wheelchair transport.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of when I started getting tattooed because like whatever. I did get my EMT, but ended up not switching over to the EMS side. And I just went and got my truck driving license instead.
Well, you went and got your whole EMT.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I didn't end up because I didn't do the national.
Yeah, I did that for years. Don't do it.
Yeah, and I was like, the EMS people are paying $16 an hour and everyone's bleeding on them. I was like, I can be a trucker and make a lot more.
You ain't kidding.
The only blood I'll have on me is mine. And so yeah, I got my truck driving license. And my dad's a trucker, family's truckers, a bunch of it. He would have liked me to go to college, but he was glad I got the license because it meant I could always have a job.
No, it's smart to have a backup, right? People are so funny. They're so quick to go to college and they get like some degree in some worthless shit.
Yeah.
That's how I got into this. Like, I had tattoos. My dad was like, what do you want to do? Like, I was learning how to tattoo as a kid. And he's like, what do you want to go to school for? I was like, well, I want to be like, go to school and get it, be an artist, go to art school. He's like, so wait, you're going to go to art school, you're going to learn how to be an artist, and then you're going to get an art job. And I'm like, Yeah, that's it. I want to get like a cool art job. And he's like, congratulations, you already have an art
Yeah,
job.
yeah. Like
Get back to the fucking shop and quit wasting my goddamn time. Like, all right, yeah, no, you're right. I do have an art job.
Yeah,
Kind of.
kind of cool.
They
art
don't
job
have any
already.
student debt, so you know.
Exactly. That's why one of my friend, I had like a nice car, and my friend was like, "How do you afford that?" I'm like, "I don't have $100,000 in student loan debt, Dan."
Yeah.
But like, I worked for a couple. Like, I did like construction, like gas line work, and that sucked. Especially for like comedy, I never knew when I was going to be done. You know, you're out in the blistering 95-degree heat, digging up holes and asphalting the road back when you're done.
Yeah.
So I found I left that job and went to like a lower paying job, one that would be able to work with my like wanting to do comedy more.
Well, that's just it. Everyone that does comedy, a lot of people think that, especially like on a Friday, Saturday night when you're at the club, they're like, oh my God, he's living the dream.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'd say like 90% of the comics you see are working.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, which is,
you literally, I'm up at 5 a.m. I work at 6, work till 3 or 4, get in the car, go drive to, wherever, and then fucking, back home, sleep a couple hours, and fucking, my friends everyone thought I was insane. Everyone thought I was crazy. Because I did, like, in a week, I would do, like, 1,200 miles between my job and my car.
oh man, but you know what? It pays off because now that was back when you started and you're living in Connecticut.
When I was in Connecticut, yeah.
Right, so now you moved to New York City, so you're actually getting...
Yeah, I'm getting up, getting paid. Yeah, now that now I also know now that like I'm not gonna travel unless someone pays me for it. Like I'm not gonna, before obviously you just stage time, cool, $20, oh my god, amazing. Now it's like if I'm gonna leave New York and go to the next state, every time I travel another state over, it's like all right, my price is going up a little bit. Like
Yeah, you have to kind of
I guess you know your worth. So I was like, it's $70 to come to Portland, Maine. I'm like, I can't. No.
I always say the comedy clubs are funny. They're like, but you can have all the fountain soda beverage you can drink. And they're like, oh, I can.
Yeah, thank God.
We'll give you free dinner after we feed the entire audience from the
We'll give you what's left.
buffet. Yeah, no, but then eventually, it does start to pay off a little bit here and there.
Yeah.
It's a lot, but it's also a love thing too.
Oh, for sure. Like, yeah, I do love doing it. I wouldn't still be doing it.
Now you've been at it for 9 years.
Yep, it'll be 10 in January.
That's a good mark.
Yeah.
That's a good
That was,
mark.
to be fair, like the last 2 have been much more productive than the first 8.
Oh no, of course. It's like that snowball heading down.
Moved to New York, started putting out like good quality content, stuff like that. Started gaining a following. Like it's definitely on the upswing. Now I'm just trying to like how to harness that into actually touring and stuff like that.
Oh, of course. But you have a uniqueness, which is cool, because like in checking out your work and all that, it's like you have that vibe of one direction and the other direction, which I feel like it's probably been your whole entire life, because you have like several different things we keep talking about that are like all
over
opposed to each other. I feel like you're at war with yourself.
I mean, for a long time, 100%. But not until I finally was kind of like, just live it, just live it and ride this weird wave. But that's it's helped me a lot, because like obviously there's so many comics, so many people everywhere, and I'm not like it wasn't like the intent of like, let me do this to kind of stand out. It's just like, I'm just being who I am finally. And at first it was kind of daunting, because I was like, what if I get rejected from like both sides kind of deal? Like, what if like I'm not? But then it turns out like, it turns out like people from both ends seem to like really like what I do.
Well, I mean, how would you describe yourself if you were kind of, because I'm thinking in my brain different ways of saying it, but like, what do you think? Like, I mean, you kind of have that metal kind
it's
of
like
personality,
obviously I'm like a blue collar dude, metalhead, but then also like has a different experience of like with being gay and all that stuff that comes with it. So like, I always feel like I didn't fit in, in the gay community or like, around blue collar work or sports. But like, I'll tell you what, the metal community is pretty accepting.
Oh yeah,
it's more so than I think people give it credit for, and more so than a lot of other places.
Well, metal is so. I feel like in any kind of community does out there crazy shit, they accept like.
Yeah.
Like the tattoo community, when I was a child, when being gay was still like, oh my god, he's gay. Like there were openly gay people in the tattoo community, and nobody cared.
Yeah.
Nobody cared, and there were literally people that were like Nazis in the tattoo community, and they were okay with the gay people too, because everyone was like, we're all with tattoos, we're kind of crazy.
Yep.
So I could see like metal people being like,
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Gay? Like,
If you just like cool music, then that's all that matters.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
My thing too is like I found there's been like with dealing with that aspect of it, like obviously because I stand out because like in the comedy world, I feel like a lot of like other gay comics like that. It's like they're very similar. It's very like show tunesy and like, oh, this is a theatrical production and everyone's
right.
got a background in show tunes and all this
stereotype
stuff.
of what a gay comic is.
Yeah, and I'm just like, it's funny that I get like people mention Larry the Cable Guy to me, but I'm like, well, I feel like a lot of the gay comics are doing like a Larry the Cable Guy-esque routine. They're just like heightening the gay aspect instead of heightening the redneck aspect, and they're really like putting a show on for it. And I was like, I don't, it's not me, because people ask me like, oh, what's your background? I'm like, I don't know, truck driving?
Yeah. That's funny.
Not theater.
That's so funny. Yeah, but you know what? I feel like that's the one thing about the world that I think is so fucking crazy is the amount of like stereotyping and people that don't live up to it are considered like, you know, like I have a black friend and he's black. You know what I mean? Like, everybody laughs. Shut the fuck up. I mean, like,
But you said it like he's your only black
no,
friend.
like no, okay, whatever.
I don't know. I shouldn't be here.
Sons of bitches.
You're doing such a great job, man.
I got a friend Mike, okay, and he's black. He's a Republican. He's like a hardcore Trump supporting. Like he calls himself the chocolate Republican. So people are always just like you're not like that's not. You can't do that. Like you're not allowed to do that. You have to like. What do you mean? Like he's not really black now because of that? Like it's so crazy. Like so people are funny about how if you don't live up to the stereotype of oh you're gay. So you have to be whatever it is now, you know, that show tune style of, oh, that's it. That's, you know.
Well, it's people are, like, it's funny because, like, people are like, oh, why is it, like, a big deal? So I'm like, well, because, like, people are still, like, I know it is because people are still surprised when I say it or in my act. They still come after me like, is that true? Like, if people weren't surprised anymore, then, if people are being still surprised, that's how I know, like, you know, this stereotype is still there, and that's the most like prevalent part of it. Is because otherwise people wouldn't be so shocked when they find out about me.
Yeah, well, people like things in a nice buttoned-up package.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They like to go, oh, you're gay, so you
like this,
that. You wear this, you do that. You're just like every other gay.
Yeah.
And then when you're like,
and that drives me insane.
Pickup trucks and fucking listening to.
My friends always joked I'm the least gay out of all of them, and they're married with kids.
And that's always the weird. But that's kind of unfair too, though, to be like, oh, you're not really that.
I mean, I call my straight friends gay all the time.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Like, if they say something, I'm just like, this is the gayest thing I've heard today, and I've heard some gay shit.
I've had dicks in my mouth. Yeah. Well. It's interesting. I think it's cool to just break down any kind of like what you're supposed to do, what you're not.
But that was cool too, because like, I had a lot of people like hitting me up on Instagram who are like kind of in from a similar like in a similar situation or feel the same way as me, and they think it's cool there's someone out there showing that it's not all fucking rainbows and unicorns.
No, you know what? It's just being what you are.
Yeah.
People are funny. They're like, oh, well, they think that all like people like have to conform to these certain stereotypes, and it's like there's, I don't know. It's weird.
Really too is fun. It's like everything I'm interested in. The things I'm interested in too is like because I love pro wrestling, and you know I'm real into strongman. People are like, well, obviously. I'm like, that's not why. I like those things. If anything, it makes less sense because there's not. I like tiny petite dudes. Strongman is not full of those.
So you
like the guys I like the same like my partner watches Strongman for the complete opposite reason that I watch Strongman.
You don't want to be manhandled. You want to handle the man.
Yeah. I also joke that I'm like even they're small. I want them to try to be like dominant to me, but you just gotta they're so much bigger. They're so much smaller than me that like I'm just like this is whatever. I gotta give you a weapon.
You're trying to fight them?
No, just I don't know. For rough sex to feel hot and it's got to feel dangerous.
This is my favorite episode. This is your best one.
You just gotta
But then I'm sworn I'm accidentally killed them.
fight back, and he's just smacking you with a mag light. And
Yeah,
shit,
pretty
like,
much.
He breaks your face with a mag light. I don't know, it's just a visual.
Yeah, this one, they can't even, like, they can't get their hands around my neck. Like, people see, like, anytime, like, literally people see my partner, and they're like, what the fuck is going on? My partner's like 150 pounds. I'm like 320. People are like, are you okay?
And you're just sitting back watching wrestling. That's,
Yeah. The other thing is, like, yeah, I love wrestling. I watch strongman, or, like, I compete in strongman. None of those guys are hot. They look like me.
Yeah, but it would be weirder if you were into those dudes too.
Yeah, but that's the majority of dudes who are into me. Are dudes who look like me.
Yeah, but why would you want to fuck yourself?
To ask them.
If my wife,
Ask them, because they...
if my wife looked like me, that would be a weird.
Yeah, I would hate that too.
By the way, Joe Winchell off camera here, just so you're like, who is this guy?
I have a real question about that, because usually, I did theater, fucking, in college. But, like, I had a friend who was gay and was very, like slim and slender.
Yeah.
Because my whole thing was like, oh, I like burly guys. I didn't know bears, inner bear.
Oh my God, it is the majority of it.
Really?
It's the majority, it's 100%. It's like we literally went to a bear week. We went to a bear event.
Con?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I was it's called like a bear event or a bear con.
Yeah.
And they're
yeah.
called, it's either there's one in like P-Town.
Yo,
we went to one in Puerto Vallarta called Beef
Bring
Dip.
that up in a minute, Pete.
But like literally, like I am like a piece of ass walking around that place. Like people are like hitting on me. My boyfriend looks like a fucking model, and no one is even looking at him. They're all looking at me.
Oh, that's
And it's like a feeding frenzy. It's crazy.
What's up, big boy? Why don't you dump the toothpick and come with me?
It's oh my God. I'm like, what's happening?
So wait, you went to...
I'm like, this is because it looks like, so you go into one of the clubs and it, like there looks like a fucking offensive huddle, and like one guy's blowing everyone in the middle of it, like. And I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. One dude walked by and just like grabbed my tit, and I pulled his wrist
like
away. It is, it is where like fat dudes from all over the world go and just like have sex nonstop.
Right.
And then there's say for every like 50 heavyset dudes, there's like 2 small dudes who are chasers and are just like after all the fat guys. But like not all of them are after each other. It's like it's mostly bears are after bears. It's like this weird
just
thing.
a weird, like, to why not?
Yeah, but it must be. It makes life so easy for them. I'm
I
sure.
didn't know what a bear... Okay, this is how stupid I am as a human fucking being. We were up in P-Town, right?
Yeah.
My wife's family's from Cape Cod, so we're up there. And I'm walking through the town, and I've been a Mason, the Freemasons. There's a Mason's Lodge, right? Doesn't really matter, but we're there, and there's a couple of guys, and they're standing there, they're looking at this building, and it's the Mason's Lodge, and I'm looking at the building, too, and I'm like, oh, check this out, it's got its own Mason's Lodge, and they're like, hey, I'm the master of the lodge, and like this, we're just gonna give a tour of it right now. And I was like, oh shit! So me and these other 3 guys, including the master of that lodge, go give a tour of the Masonic Lodge in P-Town, and it's great, wonderful, cool, all the architecture and history, and they're talking, and they're like, oh, and then we do in like August, we have like bear weekend, like we come down because that's when all the bears are
trying to recruit you
because they're all Masons there, but they're all obviously gay.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you guys have bears down here? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, swim across from like the mainland and shit. And they're like, well, they swim sometimes. And I'm just like,
they float.
And I'm like, we're not talking about the same thing. And they're like, you have no idea what's going on. And I'm like, oh, that's what. And then they were explaining me the flags. There's pride flags, but there's different ones. And like I think the bear one is like all different shades of like brown and black.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, shit, I thought that was just for like gay black dudes or something. Just different shades of color. I didn't know.
Gay black dudes?
Well, like, yeah, because I'm like, it's all different shades, but it's all different tints of like brown and black. So I'm like, yeah, that makes... I didn't know these were like the gay. And then I was like, it was,
What?
Anyway, I don't know. I wasn't allowed back after that. Bear weekend, though.
It's a whole week. What's crazy too is so like P-Town has like 4 big like gay weeks that like, and it's like their economy gets boomed by this whole thing. But so apparently like 2 2 or 3 weeks before Bear Week is like what's called like Circuit Week, where it's like literally they just have sex. And it's like all the twinks and porn stars come in. They don't eat anything. They just do drugs. They drink vodka, and that's it. The town makes like no money. But then like 2 or 3 weeks later, the bears come in and they have to truck in like extra food. They have like 4 semis of meat just brought in because these guys. We went to like one of the places at like right around. There's like a goddamn feast. There's like a dumpling house that went insane.
Just like put a trough.
Just giant dudes. The funny thing too is about this is like the bear world. It's like you will see dudes who look like they live at the gym. They are just roided out huge. And then you'll see dudes who look like they haven't walked past the gym.
See, that's
all in like the same
stereotype of the gay community was always like a well put together, well cleaned up man, but yet there's just dudes that are just with
fat as
guts
fuck.
and
there's like it's crazy. They're all,
it's just weird though that you
I joked I was in
what you
what I am. It would make my life a lot easier.
Yeah. What do you know?
Oh my god, I'd be rolling in it. I even do better than I should, but like if I was into the guys like me, forget it. You should see my DMs.
Better than I should.
Yeah. You just, my DMs are insane.
I don't know. Yeah. That's yeah.
Yes, I don't go to those events a lot because I don't really fit. The funny thing too is like everyone's like dancing to like Madonna and like all got like margaritas and shit. And they're like, woo! And then I'm walking around in like camouflage shorts and a Pantera t-shirt. No one can figure out why the fuck I'm there. Everyone just thought I was my boyfriend's bodyguard.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Well, I was thinking about with the Pantera stuff too. Is like the old one with the Confederate flag on it. You have that shirt?
No.
Okay.
I had a Skinner one with it.
It would be a brand. It would be. Yeah, that would be like the ultimate in like, wow, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I love this.
I can't do that all. I very much do that.
Just walk around P-Town like, what's up? Like,
yeah,
I can wear this.
I gotta pass.
Oh man, do you use the bathroom or anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay, yeah, I was also going to shading, and I figured
I am good.
Yeah, why not? All right, off we go. Oh man, that was. I love when it goes organically and just cool stories come out.
Yeah, it was that was a wild time. It was. Yeah. It's just
mumbling. They didn't mumble.
Mumbly.
Oh really? So I have to enunciate better, is what you're saying?
No,
Enunciation.
All right.
Talk quieter. Sorry, everyone whisper.
Sorry about that.
Subtitles.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Put subtitles in. That would be. We haven't had anybody on the show with like an accent or
like a
anything
Scottish
yet,
person.
Eventually, yeah, you could get somebody that would be accented or That's always got to be a weird moment on television when somebody gets like the subtitles, but they're clearly speaking English and they're not from out of country. It's like, you're just from that part of the country that no one knows.
Yep.
That Appalachian Trail kind of.
Oh man, yeah, we did like a cross country trip, and we coming through West Virginia, and I was like, everyone looks like each other at this gas station, just from inbreeding.
There's some places in this country that are just downright horrifying.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
That whole area between fucking Philly and Pittsburgh, it's like, what the fuck? Where am I?
That's where me and Rob go to comedy sometimes.
Oh yeah, that's the illustrious places that we get to go to. I love the backwoods areas and stuff. Random upstate New York town, like sure, why not?
Oh, I did one right before the pandemic. I did one in upstate New York. I did in I think it was Phoenix, New York, and I did a half hour, and then apparently the guy who like ran it told the booker to like never let me come back. Because like my buddy bought me to like open for him and stuff like that. And he was like, "Yeah, he just talked about sucking dick the whole time and all this." I'm like, "I did not."
The whole time.
I was like, "The whole time?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here!"
Yeah, how does that work? Because I'm sure that you've been booked on things where they just look at you and they're like, "Oh yeah, he'll be great at the
Oh yeah,
the VFW."
fucking! I did a VFW in Jersey like 2 months ago. MAGA hats, fucking. I was like, oh boy. So my whole like half like the front half of my act is literally like working construction, all this stuff, like yada yada, and then I drop the gay, and then they get confused and some. I don't know if I've just like gotten good enough where I could win people over in a really crazy way. Same thing. I got to host for Brad Williams at the Stress Factory up in Bridgeport not too long ago, and his crowd is like surprisingly like blue collar, conservative people. Like I walked up on stage, people started yelling "Get her done" at me and stuff like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I do a joke with January 6th, and someone yelled "Proud Boys, woo!" And I was like, "Oh no!" But like I got to the part because it's all I have two ways of revealing my sexuality. One is I talk about a guy threatening to shoot me on a job site for looking liberal. And I say that the only time for looking, yeah, that's exactly my point.
Hey, look now.
Yeah. Then I joke that the only time there's a whole bunch to it, but the end of the joke is that I say the only time I look liberal is when I'm fucking a guy. And the other real one is that on the subway one time a guy said "Hail Hitler" to me, and I didn't know what to do. I felt really uncomfortable, so I just yelled "I'm gay" and ran off the subway.
Well, I get now. I'm white. My last name is White, and so everybody
really doubled down on that one.
They what? Yeah, oh yeah. They just continue. They chant "White Power" when I'm going up, but the black guys are doing it, which is, you know what I mean.
That's
well, black
great,
guys. It's just basically Noel. It's basically just one
black guy.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, it's like no, that's not fair.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the racist guy. Why am I that guy?
Yeah, I do. I do have a joke where I yell "White Power." I'm like, please hope no one filmed this.
I went to the BLM protest that they had, but it was right here in my town. I'm like, I'm gonna go and show.
Like, I'll support, but I ain't walking
I
far.
was like, well, it's right there. Well, right there. And I didn't know about the Proud Boys. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't be proud of them.
So I showed up with in the
looking like you.
Well, I camouflage shorts.
All right, we dress the same.
And a Hawaiian shirt. Apparently, that is the exact fucking outfit of the Proud Boys: camouflage and Hawaiian shirt. Now,
You're like, no, I like ska. Leave me alone.
And I was like, and I just kept, and I had a "Don't Tread on Me" flag. That I left it in the car. But my feeling,
thank God,
the "Don't Tread on Me" flag. Well, here was my belief at the moment: was the "Don't Tread on Me" flag is literally what we're talking about here, right?
No, 100%.
They tread on.
Yeah.
George Floyd directly, so I'm like, don't try. Like, this all goes together.
For sure.
This is good.
No.
And then I was like, let me leave the flag in the car just because I don't feel like carrying some shit. And then just people looking at me and they're like, fucking Proud Boys. And I'm like, the Proud Boys.
You're looking around it. Where?
And I thought the Proud Boys. I'm like, oh, is this like a gay organization? The Proud Boys? It's got to be Proud Boys. Like, it's got to be. And then I look it up at home. I'm like, it's not. Like, what the fuck? What did I do?
Everyone's like,
yeah, I should turn that.
You're like,
a little bit.
it was like, probably you're looking around like, where are they? It's one of those like, the call is coming from inside the house, Rob.
The bomb is on you, like son of a bitch. I went home and I had to like make a video denouncing the Proud Boys. Like,
just how I dress. I'm sorry.
Remember you dressed in the Hawaiian shirt and the army pants and you didn't realize it?
Yeah.
Like, I was just trying to be festive and supportive.
I just thought to myself, look, no one is ever going to mistake me for anything other than just a crazy random person with camo shorts and a Hawaiian shirt. It is not necessarily a look that anyone was going for until all of a sudden it's going for the,
The goddamn air raid?
the firehouse next door's got a siren.
The firehouse next door has a siren.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does. It goes off when there's big fires. That's why it's going off now. But for anybody listening, they probably think like the Luftwaffe is.
Yeah, it's like,
they're blitzing London again. Yeah. So, what were you saying now?
We went. So there's a music and gaming festival that happens. It's like So they
So
went
you're
out.
a gamer too now.
I mean, I'm not a huge one, but this is a really cool thing. They have like literally this hotel convention center. One part is all cabinets, old school arcades. Yep. The middle is indie.
Yeah,
left.
arcade cabinets. What do you think? It was just fucking like kitchen cabinets, Joe. Yeah, it was just a bunch of Formica.
And then the other room. The other room is fucking like every console that's ever existed. It's open 24 hours. That. It's in DC. It's the Music and Gaming Festival. It's MagFest.
Oh no!
It was on January 6th, a year after it happened.
Oh no!
So literally, we're literally driving to DC, and like literally, I'm taking photos. This is like DC. I'm posting on January 6th. I'm like, round 2, motherfuckers! I'm like, we're doing it again, but this time it's gonna be gayer.
Did any random people show up?
Thinking, no, thank God, no. No one was like, what? I thought it was happening again. I was like, I can't, this is insane.
I do a bit about cores where I mentioned January 6th, and every time I do, there's at least one person in the audience that goes, whoa. There's the one guy.
Even like that was just such a... Come on, like you can't really, even if you were a hardcore supporter of Trump and wanted it to go down, that literally, you can't be excited about that. That was the worst display of overthrowing.
Look how bad we are doing this. Like,
right, you should be
the
like...
The French did a better job, man. Like
bad everybody is.
And so,
the fence.
I feel like on both sides of that, you should be like... People are like, I would never storm the Capitol. I'm like, I would storm the Capitol every day. It seems like a great fucking idea. But... For that, like all the stuff you could have stormed the Capitol
for the other old white guy,
right? Like if I was like, oh, they're storming the Capitol. I'm like, cool, I've been waiting for this my whole fucking life. Why are they doing it? Okay, you know, they got Donald Trump, and I'm like, no, tell me it's because of the UFOs. They're doing it. We want to know about the UFOs. We're fucking sick and tired of it.
Area 51.
Yeah, storm the Capitol for.
Yeah, there was like everyone Naruto run Area 51.
And just doing it for, and I was like, no, it's not for like equal rights or to find out about who killed Kennedy. It's about the fucking guy. Yeah. The guy.
You just want to see him again? You just watch him on reruns, man.
I know how we'll get him.
I love how you just put in there. It's like also the Kennedy assassination.
Yeah, but like there's a lot of stuff that's going on in this country that you're like, I want to know answers.
Yeah, but everyone's always like, I always feel like I went down like a rabbit hole, like not like, so you know on TikTok there's like a lot of conspiracy theorist ones, but they're like very bad. Like this pyramid was this, so this is not like they're so they're so blatantly bad, and you're like, I think these guys were hired by the government to make this stuff up, to make us not care, like to be like, I'm like, what? Stop it! This isn't a thing. This is not a thing.
Because like I feel like when you
there's real shit they're doing, because it's like, to me it's the equivalent of, because like it's never, the conspiracy is never going to be figured out by like the dumbest guy you went to high school with. It's the equivalent of like the older brother giving the younger brother a not plugged in controller and telling him he's playing.
That should be on a fucking shirt. Some sort of Bill of Rights. That's from the.
It's like, oh yeah, you're onto something. You got it. Ooh. They built the pyramids. You keep like, yeah, go for it, man. Steal all their fucking healthcare.
Oh my god, that's so good.
That's one of the funniest fucking quotes I've ever. You cool to letting your little brother play with an unplugged controller screen.
It's some of these conspiracy theories are lumped into. Again, you're right. I think that they do.
I'm not saying there aren't shit like
they're like, okay, like flat Earth. Nobody really believes in flat Earth. Stop telling me that nobody really believes in flat Earth. But not real people. Do you understand? I think most of the people out there are like, yeah, no, not flat Earth. Yeah. You know, but if you're like, okay, well, how do you feel about the CIA possibly being involved in the killing of JFK? You're like, yeah.
You brought back to Kennedy.
Well, you're a conspiracy theorist. Yeah. You are right there with Sasquatch, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Yeah. No, I'm not. No, I refuse to believe that like people that believe the Earth is hollow and that the moon is a fake vessel that orbits the Earth. Like what? You believe that? Yeah. The Earth is flat. Yeah. I'm like, but also aliens are. I'm like, yeah, aliens are fucking real. What are we talking about?
There's people that I went down a rabbit hole like the worst conspiracies. I watch a lot of like actual like archaeologists, anthropologists like debunk all these crazy ones. But it's like. You're watching them and you're like, this. They're just like, this looks like this thing, so it must be that. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm not even a smart guy, and I get that this is horseshit. But you go in the comments and it's just like, this mountain in Antarctica looks like a pyramid. Well, why would someone build one there? It sucks there. They're like, yeah, but why is it like that? Because of glacier, asshole.
All conspiracies I always go back to is money and power, right? Yeah. And it doesn't necessarily mean they all revolve around money and power, but generally most people, when you're conspiring to do something, is that nature, right? So when you're like, okay, so flat Earth, what's the money Well, it's so that the people that make globes could make money.
The globe people.
Selling globes, and they're fucking liars. And you're like, wait,
is that a real reason?
No, but I'm just saying, like, who's making the doing it so NASA could make money? Like, NASA could have exploited. NASA could still be going to outer space if this is flat.
Oh man, I saw a great one, and the person was like, he's like, there's something happening right. It's like real serious. They always start with this thing's happening right now. And they're like, before NASA explored space, they were exploring the deep sea, and they found something down there, and they tried to like set off a thermonuclear bomb to get rid of it, but it didn't work. I'm like, this is Godzilla. I'm like, this. You just explained the plot to Godzilla.
I feel like I just saw that too. That's ridiculous.
But like also, but the thing is, it's okay. There's two things though, especially for like YouTuber and TikTok conspiracy ones or anything like that. It's that there are two reasons: either they are that dumb and believe this, or they're peddling it just to make the money because which is like even extra shitty, I think. Because like there are enough gullible. Like look at the comments. They're like, there's enough like gullible, dumbass people.
You ever seen someone comment and you're like, oh, he's starting to believe, like something like that?
Yeah,
Like,
there's
a pyramid.
Yeah, like this thing is we're all for free speech, but like the problem is like misinformation gets peddled so fucking fast, and it's always like they always quote unquote them. They're like them, like but who's them?
Yeah,
like,
there's a lot of them.
They never like it's never like an actual like answer about who them is.
All right, so which ones do you not, or which one do you actually believe in, or you have some sort of faith in direction
Rob,
towards?
don't hand him a pamphlet if he does.
Kennedy, no.
Kennedy.
God, I don't even know because it's just like.
Or if you hate them all, you could hate them all. Like,
I haven't had any that I'm like really like that I've heard that like a concrete. Okay, yes, I'm gonna dive into this completely. I have to have like I don't know more proof. Also, I'm like what I'm also just like fuck it, we're fucked. I don't care. I get real nihilistic.
Because I feel like I hate people that believe in all the conspiracies, but I also hate.
I haven't had one that's like I know for sure there are, but the thing is like, yeah, I believe that like basically, Democrat, Republican at the top, it's all the same. That's all they care about. Like they don't care about anything else. Like I don't know if that's a conspiracy or we just all agree that that's happening. We're all kind of like fuck that.
Well, yeah, that just
try to
makes
do
sense.
it. But like it's all like kind of like anything with like of that sense, but not like. They're part of the Illuminati and they made a deal with Satan. Because if that was the case, I'd be rich.
I always feel like there's always that, like there's a secret organization that's doing the thing, and I'm like, it's not nothing secret about it.
Yeah.
I have money and you don't.
Yeah.
And that's how everything kind of operates. Like if I have a lot of money, you know what I want to do? I want to hang out with people with a lot of money. You know what I don't want? Poor people around me. And so I'm going to conspire to not have poor people annoy me. And that's why I feel like when you're like, you see Bill Gates just built this giant mansion. Yes, he doesn't want you.
Yeah, well, the way like the segregation has happened in like the red line cities and stuff like that.
Trying
all
to
that
keep
stuff.
themselves.
But like so it's like anything of those sorts. 100%. Like, but they always go. It always goes one step too far. They're like, okay, it's this, and then they're like, because they made a deal with Satan.
Yeah.
I'm like, they didn't need to. They had all the power. Also, it's like. So like because I know that they're happy ones. Like Ron Funches has a great bit about like conspiracies. Like I believe in some.
You don't believe in any?
No, because he's like I'm in charge of my son and I lie to him all the time. That's one person.
You have to lie.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not? It's easy. It's fucking easy. And of course they're gonna think that they're better than you. Why wouldn't they? Let's be honest, they are. Rich people are better than poor people.
You heard it here first.
It's true. Like nobody wants to say like right now I'm considered like what, lower working class, right? Blue collar, that's what we are. Okay.
Middle class nowadays, bro.
So money wise, like if you were like, well, yeah, you know, you're stupider than your money with your money than rich people. I'm like, I am actually. I am. Because I would invest in fucking dumb shit.
Yeah.
I would invest in, I'd be the guy that's like, you know, oh, maybe we should buy gold and silver off that commercial on TV. You know what I mean? Maybe I should reverse mortgage my house with Tom Selleck. Whatever. You know? That's why we're... You know what I'm talking about. There's all those commercials that are like, you should invest in whatever, Pogs. And you're like, Pogs? Oh, yeah.
Use it twice.
I can't use Pogs twice. I use it on another movie. You should invest in Beanie Babies. Like Beanie Babies.
They're coming back.
The Princess Diana Beanie Baby is worth. And and that's why rich people are smarter because they're like, I don't know, they diversify their fucking portfolio. And
I think a lot of it is evil there too.
Yeah, we just got.
Because you have to be willing to like really crush people.
Just when you sit back and you're
that's why I think that's why I thought I wouldn't make it in comedy. I have a tough time being like.
Why, 'cause you won't crush people or something?
Yeah.
So if they invited you like.
That's why I want to wrestle so I can physically do it.
To the island and they made you do drugs, you wouldn't go to drug island.
I would do drug island.
Comedy drug.
I would do drug island.
Fucking murder children island, whatever.
That sounds
place.
That sounds lovely.
I don't know. Isn't that what Tom Hanks does now?
I thought Chris Tucker was doing it.
Chris Tucker, Ice-T, whoever. I don't know. Just
Ice-T, not Ice-T.
Yeah, Ice Cube, Ice-T, fucking
That's
Vanilla Ice. Pretty much Ice.
All right, Vanilla Ice is not getting a good deal then. I saw him on a billboard for insurance the other day.
You flip houses now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got to talk to Satan. 'Cause he's getting a raw deal.
She was a giant roid, wasn't she? Just a giant steroid.
Yeah.
Triple H's Shawn Michaels' bodyguard.
I saw her at one of the WrestleManias. I remember like seeing her outside of the place, and she was just as gigantic and scary looking in real life as she was on TV.
And you were like, "Pick me up, please."
Just carry me around like a human wheelchair.
That went too. That's what we're going. Like, I went to World's Strongest Man, and I felt like a toddler.
I'm gonna ask, what's the ratio of like, cause you're a big dude.
Yeah.
World's Strongest Man. I'm like, well, doesn't the mountain from fucking?
Yeah, he wasn't there, but Tom Stoltman is his size, and like really, these guys are all like 6'3" to 6'8", 350. Like, and I shaking their hand, it was like shaking a fucking catcher's mitt.
Shaking a bag of cement.
Yeah, it was like shaking a fucking catcher's mitt, and like,
Bag of cement.
and it's just like insane. But like, it's so funny too, because like all these guys that were there watching were also huge and big, strong. But I thought it really funny was like. Everyone there watching was definitely like this type of like total bro, alpha male, like kind of homophobic, but then they're just like cheering really loud for dudes ripping their shirts off and stuff like that.
It's all dudes.
They're like, yeah, pick me up.
Wait, dudes are cheering to get picked up?
No, but I was just.
Oh, I don't know. It could be like this is really straight. We like to get picked up by other men.
They might. Yeah.
That would if BearCon was like that would be kind of. Imagine it was just
Kinda
guys just carrying around dudes like.
I mean, they were carrying around each other, just in a different
You
way.
think that's how it is at Paisano Con?
Paisano Con we were talking about. Yeah, that would be. That's what we want to take this on the road with Joe, and we want to go to Paisano Con. There's an Italian pop culture festival. Nobody needed that. And nobody. And I want to go to it, and I want to dress with Joe here as my partner in crime and dress in like safari outfits and interview these fucking animals. Because I can't see... Come on, listen, I understand. I like Sopranos too. You know what I mean? I liked Goodfellas and The Godfather.
Yeah.
And I enjoy a meatball sub-hero sandwich once in the blue. But I'm not going to go
Make
and
your
spend
personality.
my life being like, hey,
Yeah.
it's your boy. Everyone knows now the Italian comedy stereotype.
Yeah.
Whole new genre of comedy.
Oh, God.
I just picture a whole bunch of guys being like, hey, how you doing?
You ever find it like, with the Italian comic, you're like, my family, like, yeah, we know, we get it.
That's what
They're loud. They like pasta. Fuck off.
Yeah, but with my house, my mom, we call it gravy. We don't call it sauce like you do.
No, because everybody was like Sebastian Maniscalco. I can do that.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yep.
It's all over the place now, and that's why
My
I want
dad
to go.
like, yeah, we fucking know. Everyone's dad did that.
We could go and expose Paisano, like the way Alex Jones.
Paisano Con?
Alex Jones exposed Bohemian Grove. We can go there.
That's how we have to dress you.
As Alex Jones.
Well, I'm Alex Jones here, finding out if these Italianos.
God damn it, Rob, that's it!
And we get there, and they're not really even Italians. They're just like, as soon as like the camera goes off, they're just like, oh my God, did you see today was?
Find out they're all Irish, but they have.
Oh hey, whoa, the camera's on. Oh, bing bang, bafangulo.
Just a bunch of Indian guys who really like The Sopranos.
This is fucking crazy.
That's fucking great.
Paisano, exposing Paisano Con.
That's it. Remember that. Do that.
Today on 60 Minutes.
Okay, wait, hold on. I gotta circle back to comedy again.
Yeah.
No. This is fine. This is all good information. We're getting fun shit. No, I'm talking about the comedy because now I tattoo for a living, and I've never met another stand-up comic that was a tattoo artist. And you know another one that's a tattoo artist down in Florida. What was his name again?
I go by Dick Roos now.
Right, that's what he's going
by. Yeah.
And he took you, and you did comedy, and I did too, at a tattoo convention.
Yeah. That's how I met him. Was another comic kind of like had me, like booked me, and I met him there. And then it was up in Lewiston, Maine, called Feel the Arts. I think it's like in March.
That's weird. I've never met like anybody else who's other than like I did this one with Chris Roach recently, and I did one years ago in Columbus, Ohio, at Hell City. And but how was your experience with that?
It was a blast. Like I'm not saying like there was like we did
the
like
comedy portion of it was like
that's always been. We still had fun, but we kind of knew what we were getting into too, because we also performed it like at midnight on the convention floor.
Right, that's what I did, and it was like
at midnight.
Yeah, midnight's a little late.
It's very late.
Like any club that's late.
Even for a convention. Convention usually ends. We just did Saratoga, and the convention in Saratoga ended at what? Was it 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock then?
11. Yeah, I don't know why or what. I ended up like so. The first time I did it with them, we were up in like a separate room upstairs. Then we said fuck it and just did it right there in front of people. Were like still tattooing.
That's kind of cool, though.
But it was up because it was way up in Lewiston, Maine. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time.
The room was smart. I've been trying to get conventions.
We only did that. We only did that once. The first time. Then we went back to this convention floor, right in front of everyone. Which I mean, like
paid for you guys to come up there and do it, which is cool.
Yeah, yep.
I did that once. I conned. I say con because I felt like I did. I got there. I was like, yeah, this isn't gonna work. We're gonna do comedy here in the convention floor. What? And I did it once in Hell City, and that was interesting. And I did with this another comic friend of mine, Chris Roach, up in upstate New York. And that's so funny that you've done a convention too. I wonder if there's any other tattoo artists who are comics out there. I was trying to find. I feel like I have to like
the Highlander.
Off. Like, there can be only one, you know. 2-man enter, 1-man leave. Shut up. What do you know?
I know. It's stupid. So are you, Rob.
Are you over there vaping? We're talking about fucking BearCon weekend earlier. Still, your vaping is gayer. What'd you just mumble over there?
Mumble? I'm sorry. I'll say it louder. I think you suck. No.
Fucking guy. Wait till I go show up at Millennial Stoner.
I've been inviting you. You won't return my calls.
I'm gonna show up to Millennium Stoner there. The Millennial Stoner, the Millennial Falcon. I'll fucking show up there.
Man, if I didn't have a show tomorrow, I was gonna come out to the one you do that last one you guys have, that mic.
Oh, the broken mic.
Yeah, broken mic.
Yeah, that's What should be interesting. Broken mic is tomorrow, which when we air this, it'll probably be like August, so it'll be like 3 months ago.
Was that an Industry?
But at Industry, yeah, Brandon Lackaruba's one of his last shows out here. Neil's doing that.
Yeah.
Neil Rubenstein, and who else is on that? Someone else. I feel like Tom DeSillis maybe is on it.
Lauren Festa.
Lauren Festa?
Pretty sure she's on the judges.
I heard she got put down. I thought they got rid of her.
Like a horse? Put it down?
Yeah, no, I thought she like broke her ankle, and they shot her. I'm making up shit.
Did you make that
like
Tanya Harding-like scenario up?
I just made it. I want to hit her with a ball peen hammer. And I'm going to take over all her gigs. Devin Bramble.
Devin's great.
Devin fucking Bramble. They'll put anybody on the show, won't they? You know, that's how it is over there, I guess.
Rob White's on.
Careful, Devin's your one black friend, you know.
Devin's not my one. I have like 3 black friends. Okay.
He's collecting more.
He's collecting more. I'm bettering myself. That's how I started.
I give me the one gay friend you mentioned now.
You think it might be his one gay friend?
No, I got gay. I went to a gay wedding. Okay, I'll let you know that.
He's not actually gay. He's just flamboyant.
I went to a gay wedding, and then I realized that it was straighter than my wedding.
Yeah, because it's 2 dudes.
Well, it's just 2 dudes getting married. They just got married like 2.
Like, why we didn't make a big deal out of this?
And I thought it was going to be like some kind of like gay something would happen. But
you were like all excited. You're like, yeah.
I was like, there's got to be something, right, that makes it gay.
Yeah.
And then I realized like I got married to my wife wearing a kilt, and made my groomsmen wear kilts. I'm like, we were all wearing skirts, and somehow I thought this was going to have.
You guys are both in suits. You were both in dresses.
It was weird. Yeah. So technically, that was the straightest wedding I'd ever been to. We are finished.
Hell yeah.
So we should let this.
Yeah.
It's weird having a studio audience.
Yeah, I like
probably
it.
have more. We should do this more with more of an audience.
Yeah. Do it live on stage.
All right, now's the portion of the show where we have to do the weird, awkward sign-off. So ends yet another episode of Who the F is Rob White, with myself, Rob White, and with my guest on the show, Mr. Peter Angelo, right here.
Hey, well, thanks for having me, Rob. Thanks for tattooing me.
Absolutely.
I had a great time.
Thank you for driving out from Queens and all. And you got anything that social media or things you should share? Websites, that kind of
honestly, the best thing is follow me on Instagram. That's where I post most of my stuff at Metal Pete Comedy, but also follow my wrestling page at Big Doom 13. So that you find all my upcoming gigs. I post clips or music recommendations or where I'm going to be wrestling. So follow those two.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. Like, share, subscribe, leave comments, all that good stuff, and we will see you on the next episode.